Well, for those of you that follow Jimmy Diresta, you know that he just went to Puerto Rico to see Luis Gonzalez, who is a very big patron of the maker community. I don't know who Luis Gonzalez is, but I do hear his name mentioned as a Patreon supporter on several podcasts. But Jimmy stayed at his house in Puerto Rico, a beautiful place. And in a room in that house, there was this gadget sitting on a table. And it is apparent that that gadget was some sort of a wine dispenser. I did a little bit of research and I found out that what that is a port wine dispenser. And it has a little candle on it to heat the neck of the bottle and a little crank to tilt the bottle over. And it's just a neat thing, and I want one. And, well, since I want one, what do you think I'm going to do? Go buy it? No, I'm going to make it. That's today's video. Now, I don't think you guys need to really watch me cut up all this metal and drill a bunch of holes. So I'll just show you the highlights of that and get on with the details of how this build went. Okay, so here's some pieces. I'm going to use these two to hold the jack screw horizontal, and I'm going to use these two to hold the bottle holder. And then this one is going to be have a hole in it and be threaded to ride the jack screw. Then this piece here is going to be my template. I'm going to drill 2 holes in there, and everywhere I want 2 holes, like in the ends of other pieces this size, or where those pieces are going to sit on the base plate, I'll use transfer punches to transfer the locations of those 2 holes. That way any piece could be moved around any place. So I have my template and I have my transfer punch, and I know I'm going to want a hole in the end of every one of these bars. Now I also know that I'm going to want to mount one here, 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 and here. And I'm also going to want those posts up here. So the transfer punch is not intended to be a center punch. It is only to leave a mark. You still need to go back behind and center punch. Otherwise, you'll wear out your transfer punches. Okay, so one thing I did is I turned the end of this down to 3/16 of an inch, and now I'm going to drill a hole in one of these that's 3/16 of an inch and drill a hole in the other one that's 1/4 of an inch, and that'll be the way my drive screw is carried, held in place. Alright, here's what I have so far. I've got these 2 pillow blocks that I made, and I've turned down this drive screw to fit in the hole of one, and I'm just going to use nuts to locate the screw on the pillow blocks. Then that should bolt up here onto the plate, and that will be the basis for the back and forward drive motion. So here I have my little crank blank, and now I need to make a little knob for it. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but we'll see. Okay, this should be a good place to start. Okay, that's good. Now what I'm going to do is shape this into something to grab onto. Okay, so that turned out all right. Yeah, I can be happy with that. Okay, so that is working just the way it should. It's nice and smooth too. Now to build the bottle holder. I have here a shoulder bottle of some Zen that was fairly decent from the Russian River Valley. And I've seen port bottles the same size, so that's what I'm using. Okay, well, I don't know why the camera stops recording on occasion. Anyway, I'm calling this good. This, yeah, that fits. So I'm going to use it. Hey, but just so I don't shatter your illusions, I did mess one up first. And I messed up a knob first, too. So this is too close to the table and my crank is going to hit, so I want to put some feet on it. Okay, I've got my feet on there, got it up off the table. Yeah, that's good. That's working good. Now I just need to figure out how to attach this, and I need to build more support. So here's what I came up with. I took my earlier failed attempt, cut it in half, and just held it on with a cap screw. So I've made this half circle, and I'll just thread it. I punched a couple of holes in there. I'll just thread those and put some cap screws in to hold it all together. Okay, so now I've bolted this cage on there, and an interesting development. It kind of secures the bottle pretty well. I may just leave it at that. Now all I got to do is attach this to the bottom and attach some sort of pivot mechanism to these, and this thing's coming together pretty good. And here's what I came up with: just a couple of bent pieces that I'll bolt onto the sides, and then I'll create a pivot right there. I still need to find a way to attach this linchpin to the bottom. But I'll figure that out in a minute. All right. So this bottle is as full as a full bottle would be, and it's not spilling. Well, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with that. The action's pretty smooth. It's exactly what I was going for. Now all I need to do is shine it up. Well, there it is. The port wine dispenser. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with that. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but at least I built it. I have no idea why I built that. I just like the gadget, you know? Anyway, that's all for this week. Click up here to see my last video. Click over here to see something of mine that YouTube thinks you'll like. And have a good one.